am sat in a classroom. My head is heavy and all the normal sounds are too loud. It hurts, and normally I put in my earphones, but today I have a headache and I don't want to make it worse. So I drink some water and I try to ignore it. I try really, really hard to ignore it, but it doesn't work. Because the boys across the classroom joking around are harsher shades of orange and green than normal, and every time the nice girl with the bright violet voice says something loudly and her friends laugh in shades of red and gold and blue, it feels like a blade across my skull. So I leave. There's a quiet room I like to go to when the world is too loud. The lady with the neon orange voice is the one who lets me in, and normally that would be a problem, but today there's no problem. She lets me in, and I close the door behind me. I sit down and scribble out a doodle. It's not particularly good, but sometimes that makes me feel better. Today it doesn't. I pace around the room. Sometimes that makes me feel better. Today it doesn't. I put in my headphones. There's nothing else I can do right now, and play my favourite song. The singer's voice is a deep, determined teal. I stretch my arms, feeling the muscles in my shoulders move. Sometimes that makes me feel better. Today it works, not much, but enough. I need to get back in the classroom. I need to get back to work. I go back, and opening the door, the noise hits me hard. Everyone is talking at once as I make my way back to my desk. I put on a different song. It's the same band, but softer and gentler. Pale turquoise and pink and purple. It works to soothe me for the moment. I pick up my knife and start my task. I have to cut some squares out of foam board. It is only when I've cut my second square that I realise the edges are rough and slanted. I hold one up and notice my hands are shaking. I go to cut another square and I still can't manage a straight line. My hands are shaking too hard. I put my head down on the table and I cry. I don't know how long I cry for. It feels like a long, 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 long time. When I look up, all the colours are too bright. The blue plastic handle of the knife is burning my eyes, so I close them again, but even then, the colours of the song I'm listening to are brighter than normal. I open my eyes again and see my teacher in the corner of my vision. He is going around the classroom and helping the students who are struggling. I ask to talk to him outside. In the corridor, I apologise for doing barely any work. I try to articulate what's in my head, but the only words I can use that he'll understand are sensory issues. He's dressed all in yellow, and his voice is the kindest muted forest green. He speaks quietly because he knows loud hurts. He says I can go 10 minutes early. I go back in and start putting my equipment away as quickly as I can because I want to get out before the noise in the room spikes up. I put my knife in its slot in the holder. I lay my metal ruler carefully down on top of the spare ones. The class begins to hand in their equipment as I am packing up. Voices raise in a cacophony of red and blue and green and pink and orange, and then someone throws a metal ruler into its plastic container and I flinch. Another one goes in, and another, and every time I hear the grating blue clash of metal against metal, I stop moving. I can't move. I'm frozen. Eventually there's a lull, and I use it to stuff my things into my bag and throw on my coat, but when I am ready to go, the noise erupts again. Grating dull blue pierces my brain, and I flinch and I scream because it hurts, and it won't stop, so I pick up my bag and I run. And as I go, it gets worse. There are people in front of me, and they're moving so slowly, and they're talking so loudly, and I don't think they can see me. And another metal ruler is thrown into its plastic container, and then another, and I scream, make it stop, make it stop, make it stop! I push the people out of my way, and I run. I run from the classroom. Someone asks me if I know the art technician lady with the coral voices, and I don't answer because I'm running, and they shouldn't have asked me because they can see the tears in my eyes, and they heard me scream 10 seconds ago. I run from the building. I run as fast as I can. I run all the way from the campus gates to the bus stop. My throat is dry and there's no air in my lungs, but I keep running. The clouds are dark lilac, and the sun behind them glows yellow. My frantic heart beats burgundy. I get on the bus and I go home.